The Detroit Lions bring two first ballot Hall of Fame defensive linemen out of retirement to help them in the playoffs. Let's talk about it. Hi, I'm Mike Payton from A to Z Sports Detroit. And today we're going to talk about some questions that I've been getting from Lions fans about two first ballot Hall of Fame defensive linemen and the possibility of bringing both of them out of retirement. So let's start with Ndamukong Suh. This has been going on for years. Since Suh left, there's always been this kind of idea that he's going to come back at some point. And, you know, we've seen him in recent years. Just 2 seasons ago, he would kind of do this thing where he doesn't like training camp, so he doesn't show up to that. He kind of shows up halfway through the year and joins a contending team and tries to help, get them over the edge. And he obviously wants to win another Super Bowl ring. Could he do that for the Lions? And look, it's not going to happen, guys. I hate to say it. I would love to see a reunion just like you would. It would be cool, from a novelty aspect. But Suh has not played football in 2 years. He didn't play last year. There was talk that he was talking to a contending team and that he might join them, but he didn't. There were some rumblings, some rumors going around that he had sort of talked with the Lions and that the Lions kind of said, no, thank you. And that's, as much as we know on that. And that's as far as that's gone. And it's as far as it's going to go. Suh is not coming back. He's probably done. He is all but accepted that he's done. He is all but announced that he is retired. And that is that. He's moved on to his business things, and he's doing TikTok with his wife, and that's doing really well, and it's really funny. And I don't think, even if Suh were to come back, let's just quickly play this game. If Suh were to come back, he is probably not in football shape because he hasn't played in 2 years. So the chances of him just walking into whatever the next game is really low. He would have to come back like today and then train for the next 3-4 weeks, and then maybe he'll get into a game. But if you're expecting dominance from Suh, those days are gone, man. That's over. I'm sorry, it just is. The next guy, well, it was just dominant last year. Aaron Donald. Everybody knows how good Aaron Donald is. First ballot Hall of Famer, one of the best defensive linemen to ever play the game. Lions fans are still upset that the Lions chose Eric Ebron over Aaron Donald. But again, a lot of teams are upset that they chose whoever they chose over Aaron Donald. So that's, everybody's in that basket together. This one's a really easy, simple no. Aaron Donald is not coming to the Lions. It's not going to happen. Not because he doesn't want to or not because the Lions don't want him. The very simple aspect of this is that he is still attached to the Rams. So he is under contract with the Rams until the end of this season. If he wanted to come out of retirement, he has to play for the Rams. It's the same thing as when Calvin Johnson retired. There was thoughts that maybe he would go play somewhere else, but he couldn't because he was under contract with the Lions for many remaining years. So that is the same situation. Aaron Donald, even if he were to come out of retirement today and say, I want to play for the Lions, he couldn't do it because he is under contract with Rams until the end of the year. He could do it next year, but that's not going to help anything this year. So that is that on both those players. Unfortunately, neither of them will be joining the Detroit Lions for their playoff run this year, and they're just going to have to tough it out and see what they can do with some of the guys that they have on their team right now. And if you trust in Dan Campbell the way that I trust in Dan Campbell, I think everything's going to be just fine. We will see what happens, and we'll talk to you guys next time.